Well, Jimmy, week 4 of the NFL season ended with what we thought was going to be a bang. Was it going to be 77 points of bang? Was it going to be
Your
83
team can't
points
even
of bang?
lose, right? Because I could either sit here and you could be happy because last week it was your birthday, right? You deserve a win. That would have been great. We would have been like, hey, if they won, then they lose, and I'm like, suck it.
Yeah,
But
that
now
is
it's just-
exactly what you said.
it's
Just
just-
lots of DX memes just firing at me.
It's
Non-stop.
a draw, and it's
It's a
kind of
draw.
like, oh,
It's one of those times where you kind of get why our American friends hate a tie so much, because
Yeah.
it felt empty. Welcome to NFL Afters, brought to you, presented by our friends at PointsBet. Look, this was a hell of a game. It was what we thought the Cowboys were going to deliver a lot this season, which was some fun points.
how do you feel coming out of it?
Absolutely no.
I did watch the end of the game with you. We managed to watch
Yeah.
OT together.
I feel like I bang on with my judgment of the Cowboys. Dak Prescott is a very, very good quarterback, and that he is pushing into that top 5-6 conversation. I said that in week 1, that good Dak has returned. Very good Dak. Not a great quarterback. I get people get weird with the word great. It's kind of like the new elite.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, greatness. Is he achieved greatness? He's a very, very good quarterback.
Just so people listening know, he means one of the greatest 5 quarterbacks ever. That's this season.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Mount Rushmore.
Yeah,
stuff.
Rushmore. They put a 5th one on the mountain.
Yeah, you know how the top 5 rappers, they're talking top 5 quarterbacks of all time. No, top 5-6 quarterbacks in the league right now. He's superb. And George Pickens was sensational. And the backup offensive line was pretty half decent. And they had a good game plan to mitigate Micah Parsons, which was get the ball out quickly. But that defense is real bad. Real bad.
Just quickly, because you're still a Dallas fan. You're always going to be a Dallas fan.
Sure.
And it was Laurie's birthday last week. But I did
Walked
buy him something.
right
It just took a
into
while.
Right
It just took a
into
while to get here.
Uh-huh.
Laurie I'm a hat guy. I'm always wearing hats. And so I got you a very nice limited edition Dallas Cowboys hat.
I'm waiting for the other foot to drop.
No, just I did a nice thing.
What's on the inlay? Is there
just says "Go Birds" written on the inside?
It's like one of those things where it's got frame rate digital stuff in here, so that the camera's going to pick it up, and it just
you can only see.
It's just going to say "sucks" underneath the star. Can you see why I struggle to trust when it comes to sport?
Well, no, I did think of getting you
it's
shout
very
out
nice
to your son.
Yes,
because I know you got him a Micah Parsons Dallas jersey
a few months before it all. Yeah,
I did look at getting him a Micah Parsons Green Bay Packers jersey, but I thought, you know what, you've been through enough.
I have.
You deserve nice things, and there is a nice Dallas Cowboys hat.
It can sit, at least for now, while we're talking about them, right in the middle of the shot.
There you go.
I really appreciate it. That's really. I'm still waiting for something to happen.
Eagles fans can do nice things. Why have we got such a bad rap?
Eagles fans.
I don't get it.
Eagles fans barely do nice things when they win a Superbowl.
We're still angry. We met at the Eagles after party, and you still had these. We could have beaten by more.
It should have been more, man. It should have been more.
Happy birthday, mate, for last week.
Thank you very much. It's the most extended birthday celebration I've had in quite some time. Look, hell of a way to finish for not just 60 minutes. I guess it would be 69 minutes and 59 seconds until I'm going to talk to the Packers right now. I'll find the ISO eventually. That was cowardly what we saw at the end there from the Green Bay Packers. This is a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Some of us sitting at this desk picked them to make it to the Super Bowl. To be in a position where you somehow got 1 second left on the clock after an incomplete pass to the end zone, and you choose to, it's effectively an untimed down. You got the final 4th down operation there, 1 second on the clock, run whatever play to get into the end zone. It's all at your disposal against a team that could not stop a JV, a high school, a primary school offense right now in the Dallas Cowboys defense. And you opt to kick for the tie. I thought it was highly cowardly from Matt LaFleur and the Green Bay Packers operation. I'm going to bet that Jordan Love wanted to be out there again.
Yeah.
And you throw those things around, but there's actually a football side to this as well, Jimmy. And that is it was brought up. I was talking with some of our colleagues after watching the game in the ESPN Australia Sydney office kitchen.
Yeah.
And they said to me, even the Bears beat them.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, fun joke. But also really impactful because the Cowboys play the rest of the NFC North. Now, maybe they're not going to be worried about tiebreakers against a team like Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
But against a team like the Detroit Lions, who have now jumped them in the standings, and a team like the Detroit Lions that will play the Cowboys and most likely will drop 50 on the Cowboys and beat them. Now you've lost a common opponent victory. So when it does get down to the nitty-gritty at the end of the season, I thought the tie did so little for the Green Bay Packers where they want to go in the battle that they're going to be in their own division, the NFC, and to see it end like that, given how strong they'd been and the weapons that they have, even with the injuries, the amount of receiving targets. Romeo Doubs was unstoppable. He already had 3 touchdowns on the day. I thought a phenomenal game, ends kind of meekly with a tie. But my big takeaway is we know who the Cowboys are. The Packers, though, that was cowardly.
Yeah, more confused than ever because they lose to the Browns. I mean, the Browns do have a good, defense. They have an old man who started playing football with leather helmets.
Didn't stop the Lions putting 34 on them today.
Yeah, I don't know. It just, I just feel like you picked them. I still think they're a great team.
Yeah.
We talk about it. We overreact every week. I said Justin Herbert was the MVP, and I'm sure we'll cover that later.
Or Justin, Justin and his offensive tackles.
And I also was saying that the Giants shouldn't play Jackson Dart. What do I know? That's what we've learned. But look, I think, they definitely should have gone for the victory, as you said, because there could be real ramifications later in the season if they do need to, and if they need those points.
And, okay, it's 4th down and you're not knocking on the goal line, but you're within a shot of, running a whole bunch of different plays. But it's not like the game was 10-10 and defense had been standing up. It was 37-40 at this point. Jordan Love had
have a roller coaster as a Cowboys fan. They're going to be these OTs.
That's fine.
Yeah.
The
you're
worst
going to have fun.
Exactly. You're going to have
win
fun.
A Super Bowl.
You can have fun. People
you don't want to beat
talking
me and the Eagles 4-0. You want to be throwing up 40 points.
We'll get to them. They're going to be fun. The worst thing and this goes for any NFL team out there, and any NFL fan, the worst thing your team can be is boring.
Yeah.
There's a reason why Steelers fans have been calling for Mike Tomlin to be fired, who's one of the most revered head coaches in the league. And it's probably fair that if he was ever let go by the Steelers, it'd be 25 or 6 franchises calling him up to. But the worst thing your team can be is boring, because boring feels like it has a ceiling, and no one wants to come into a league feeling like there's a ceiling. With the Cowboys, at least this year, and it's good because they're going to be on they're going to be on prime time. They're going to get national TV games for that mid-afternoon, or they're going to get the night games. They're going to get maxed out. We want them to be fun.
Look, we can probably rule out the Cowboys as a Super Bowl team.
Agreed.
And I just want to make sure we're on the 2-shot. Shout out to Krugs, our guy behind the scenes, because I want to talk about my team, Dallas Sucks.
Oh,
go Birds.
I knew it was coming. See, I knew it. I knew it was coming. Something was going to happen. And you know what? I left it out there.
Yeah, you left it there. I left it, smack away.
Yeah, like a quarterback hanging in the pocket with the ball just extended loosely. Someone's going to come through and slap that thing out.
Okay, good protection. Look, I want to chat about 2 teams. The only 2 teams that are 4-0. That is my Birds, go Birds, Dallas Sucks, and the Bills. So my question to you is, do you think that these are the 2 teams that we could see in the Super Bowl at the end of the season?
Yeah, we can definitely see them there.
Yep.
We can the Bills kind of they let the Saints hang around for a little bit there until they decided it was time.
And the Saints are not a good.
No, the Saints, despite the take, it was a beautiful hot mic take that we got earlier from, I believe it was King Content, who said the Saints were going to make a run to the playoffs. The Saints are not a good football team. The Bills separated themselves when they needed to. It was 14-10 at the half, and then Josh Allen and James Cook. James Cook, another big day. That was one of the stats we were tossing up at the end of last week.
James Cook keeps cooking.
Keeps on cooking. Another day over the 100 mark. If you went against him in fantasy, it's probably not going to end too well for you, except for me, who started him in one league and still will manage to lose. But the Bills can absolutely make it there. And I know I want to hear your thoughts on the Eagles, but for me, this was just top level. They were having the kind of performance that the Rams had against them last week. Big lead early. A spirited team with a talented quarterback who believes in himself, makes a comeback and leads the team back. They have some big plays. Abuka had a big play. Bucky Irving had a huge play. But that Eagles team has certain things that they can rely on, whether it's Jalen's legs on one day or whether it's a big body receiver, whether it's a pass rush that gets through and disrupts some key downs and distances.
Or it's a fake tush-push.
That too.
We called that play. They lined up in the usual tush-push formation, and they faked it, baby. They faked it. And let me tell you, I know something about faking it because every woman I've ever been with has faked it. And just terrible news, though, now the NFL is actually looking to ban fake plays next season.
Oh, yes. I did see some of your Eagles fans were having fun with that line. But good salty pivot, though, right?
Yes.
All this talk about it, we'll run a fake. And Saquon Barkley will walk in like you'd press slow-mo on an old VHS.
Yes.
It's going frame by frame by frame.
Everyone's watching for that. Everyone wants to see us do the false start or get flagged. And we run a fake. And I was like, that's just so Philadelphia as well. Like we've rubbed it in your face. You know what I mean? We haven't just run the play. We've run a fake version of the play, which we did years ago, by the way. We've run it once before with DeAndre Swift. So we have run it before. Maybe we can run it again because even then the way teams defend that play will have to change. If that is something we can regularly run, I don't know. But yeah, I think as well, if you ask me how the Eagles are at 4-0, I'd rather, I know I say it every week, but it's like I'd rather be winning games than not winning them. And the team still looks clunky. There's still...
Because as we learned today, you can win games, you can lose games.
You can draw games too. Shout out them Cowboys! How about them Cowboys?
The thing is as well, are we looking at... Right, we've talked about the starts of the season the Eagles have had in the past 2 years, right? 2023 felt iffy, and it did fall flat. 2024, people were thinking the same things, built well, Super Bowl. Now we're into the similar thing. It's on panel shows, it's on pundit shows. Oh, how confident can you feel about the Eagles? They're winning dirty again, and in a good way dirty. They're getting gritty. They know how to pull out a victory when they need to. I actually wonder if this is just a troll season for the Eagles, because there was what happened to AJ Brown? Then AJ Brown came back. AJ Brown today 2 for 7.
Have you seen the tweet, the post?
And then while you pull it up, Dallas got a sneaky 2 touchdowns. Started in probably 7% of fantasy leagues across the world.
Dallas was probably best on ground at the Eagles Super Bowl party. I have a photo with him, and he's like, "Hey, Jimmy." AJ at 1K always open _ always open. If you're not welcomed, not listened to, quietly withdraw. Don't make a scene. Shrug your shoulders, and be on your way. As you said, 2 catches, 9 targets, 7 yards. I just love him. I mean, he's like, he's angry. Like, again.
That is the most wide receiver style social post.
I know.
There's one of the great ones where it's like it's a famous
and
Twitter
the handles
post
as well. They've never got it's never their name.
No,
1K always open _.
Yeah, I mean
they're the comments on our videos where people tell you and me we suck. What are you Aussies talking about American football for?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like George Pickens is another one who has a very odd handle on certain play. Like there's another CeeDee Lamb, I think, is the straight. There's a bunch like that, but it's one of those things with the Eagles where this is what we fall back to when we talk about their roster. It's the same side of when people try and judge where Jalen Hurts falls in the QB rankings and stuff.
Yeah,
but it's the same. It's the other side of that coin. They have so much talent. They have so many different ways they can get up there.
Let's think too. Even back to like Josh Allen, I think like everyone. Yeah, there's a general consensus. He's probably the best player in the NFL. Yeah. He threw first interception today. It wasn't a good win against the Saints team.
No, it was a business trip.
But yeah, you got to keep winning.
Yep.
They're both undefeated. It could have been the Rams, to be honest. Like they could have been 4-0 if it wasn't for that, that block kick. So look, I just think Eagles, you keep winning, it puts you in a better position when you do lose, because there will be a loss, right? There will be. And then and how you can keep moving that team forward, figuring out that offense, getting it to click. That's all. It all matters is the end of the season.
While we're talking about offenses that clicked.
Yeah.
Chiefs might be back, baby.
Yeah.
Daddy might be home.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. We talked about it. Lots of panic stations. Lots of the Chiefs era is dead. And we just said they just need to tread water until the horses come back.
Yeah.
Until literally the horsepower when we're talking about speed.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy comes back. Immediately that offense has more rhythm, more space. It's not just helping Xavier Worthy, whether it's Thornton or Juju Smith-Schuster or Travis Kelce or the running game, Pacheco looking more spry.
Looked better today. Like
and we got Rashee Rice coming back. I don't say we, as in the league.
Yeah.
We as viewers. I'm not a Chiefs fan.
He hasn't let go of the Dallas Cowboys, guys.
But the Chiefs have Rashee Rice coming back in a couple of weeks, and this is the type of. It's not going to look like it looked like in the first 3 weeks. It can't. Like they're not running the offense they want to. They planned for these guys being there, and
it gives, to your point, it gives other people looks. It's not just about Xavier Worthy coming back. It's about what he then unlocked to other people.
Force multiplier.
Yes, correct.
On the other side of that game, though, the Baltimore Ravens, this defense is a real problem. There are some bad defenses in the league. We've talked about some of them already, but this Baltimore Ravens team, just for context, I don't want to bore everybody, but the Baltimore Ravens were the Cleveland Browns. They moved overnight. It was
a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
It's 30 for 30 on, isn't it?
Check those out on Disney Plus. The Baltimore Ravens in their 30 seasons of existence. This is season 30, I believe, because they started in 1996. So you go inclusive. It should be season 30. They have never had a defense. I know it's 3 or 4 weeks, but they currently rank 31st in points allowed and 32nd in yards. Now, there's more metrics you could get into. You could get into your DVOAs. You can get into your, EPA per play the defensive side of things. But just from those raw numbers, they have never rated that badly. The next worst that they had over a full season was their debut season when they were, whether you want to call it an expansion team or a newly moved team, when they were 28th and 30th. They have never been this bad. There's injuries, sure, but there's players that are falling so far below expectations.
This is the hardest they've ever sucked, is what you're saying.
This is the hardest this defense. And for a franchise that's known for it.
When you're like drinking a drink and you get to the end of it and you get the straw and you go
Slurpee. Yeah.
That's the defense at the moment.
That is them.
And then you throw in that Lamar Jackson had some sort of hamstring injury that we don't. I didn't see anything. I mean, he left.
It was weird because the red zone side of things didn't pick it up, and then Scott Hansen got the information that it seemed like a hamstring because everyone was like, why is Cooper Rush in the game in the third quarter?
Cowboys. Any chance you get, you bring out your Cowboys, don't you? You could have said there was a backup quarterback. First and last name, Cooper Rush. Cowboys legend.
Cooper. He had some moments. But it's just not what we're used to.
We don't know, though. Because I guess the point I'm making
is... with their defense or with Lamar Jackson?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Yeah.
Bad Bunny. Stick around.
Stick around.
Do you think that, like, again, if they don't have a D and then Lamar misses any period of time, like, that's just...
Yeah, we're free falling.
Yeah. And they're already, again, they're 1-3. I mean, someone was coming out of this game 1-3. It would have been the Chiefs or the Ravens, which are two teams everyone was high on. For different reasons, they found themselves in that position. And now the Ravens are 1-3. He misses 3 weeks. What if they're 1-6?
And unfortunately for them, like clockwork, the Steelers are managing to win games. Yeah. And so from a record standpoint, they're already 2 back. So we'll see about Lamar's health. But that defense, that's terrifying. And it's just so weird because when you think of the Baltimore Ravens, you think of defense. You think of Ed Reed. You think of Terrell Suggs. You think of Ray Lewis, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's who they've been. That's what that culture of that place is. So to see them just, like, to quote 50 Cent, you suck, bro. Like, and their defense just straight up and down sucks.
He's getting mentioned multiple weeks now. Shout out to my guy.
Yeah, he's been on set. The Disney studios.
We've seen him outside. Chatting to him. Look, I did mention it there.
You did.
Speaking of 50, I mentioned Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny is the Super Bowl halftime performer.
He is.
I love Bad Bunny. Mm-hmm. I recently bought some. I'm into my vinyl these days. Love vinyl. Do you know why I love vinyl?
Because you're a man in your 30s.
Yes. Because an old man, it hurts when I sit down. I go, oh.
Because Spotify is confusing me.
I don't know. I gotta turn this disc over. There's a second side. No, because when I have people over and I put on a vinyl, if you let it play. If you have people over and you're on Spotify, they will just skip a song. They'll just start clicking.
So in a world without barriers and borders, you feel it puts up some necessary boundaries for yourself.
I built a wall around my music. I said, we're playing vinyl. I don't like this Spotify. That sounds suspicious. Bad Bunny's huge. I was saying I ordered some vinyls of his. I don't know what he's thinking about because but it's a vibe.
Spanish wasn't part of your high school curriculum or at the fine University of Alabama. Roll Tide.
Well, yeah, Gundawindi didn't offer Spanish as a subject. We didn't have history or geography. So I don't think Spanish was just getting a run. And no, the University of Alabama didn't. University of Alabama, like, American colleges offer weird classes.
Yes.
One of the things Alabama offered was golf. And yes, I took up golf at Alabama. And we also had, shout out to JT, Justin Thomas, and his dad. His dad was a teacher at the University of Alabama. Maybe that's how we got him. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Spirited performance from JT.
But shout out to Bad Bunny. I mean, he's got over like 50 million Instagram followers. Like, he's massive.
He's huge. So there's obviously a huge chapter of the world in terms of the Spanish-speaking world that is going to be absolutely massively pumped up about this. But he's transcended that. This is one of the things we've seen. Let's dip into a music podcast for a second. Yeah. Something that you know just a little bit about. Like, the music doesn't just go west to east.
No.
Anymore, or west outwards. It's not just the Western Hemisphere that has music going. It does come from, we've seen the rise of J-pop and K-pop. And you've seen I remember when Psy first emerged, right? Yeah. When Gangnam Style, I was like, whoa, this is interesting.
Whoa!
Like, we're reversing the
Crash Bandicoot.
It's huge. He's crossed over. He's a ridiculous wrestler.
He's playing here. Like, we record this podcast in Sydney, Australia. He's playing in Sydney next year, like Saturday, February 28th.
He's going to be here right after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. What date's the Super Bowl?
Is that
the
the second time that we're going to have flight monitoring for the Super Bowl act or a Super Bowl presence? Because last time it was Taylor Swift going to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl San Fran's 8th of Feb. Yeah, so we'll get him just afterwards.
Yeah, he'll be hot.
And also,
even hotter.
How about this? I mean, you actually alerted me to this. Drake and him have a few songs together. Imagine if Drake was a feature at the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime performance after Kendrick last year. I mean, I'm nerding out here. I do want to say, because I do I have a radio show, which is a pop commercial radio station. And I also have some friends in some special places. And I'm going to go on the record here. And I know this to be fact, that the NFL reached out to Taylor Swift. There was an offer. It was given to Taylor. They wanted her. She made some demands. I don't know what they were, but she went back and said, yes, I'm interested. This is what I need, X, Y, Z. They came back and said, we cannot do that.
Yep.
And she went, I'm out. That's how the pivot happened. But there was 100% an offer to Taylor Swift. She said, this is what I need. And they went, we can't do it. So she said, I'm out.
So hypothesizing about what that was.
What did she demand?
Well, Travis Kelce related.
Yeah, obviously.
Minimum 35% target share of the Chiefs. No, the Chiefs have to make the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs have to make the Super Bowl, Roger.
Because we certainly don't have enough conspiracies about the Chiefs getting treatment, running around, a special treatment, running around on social media and the interwebs these days. And when they make
the Super Bowl.
Yeah, minimum 35% target share for Travis Kelce. And forced benching of Rasheed Rice. Does that
Rasheed Rice needs 4 more weeks suspension. I actually think it's a good thing because could you imagine the world we live in which Taylor gets announced, like, because it's today, Taylor gets announced, somehow the Chiefs make another Super Bowl, conspiracy theorists would just be so happy. They'll be like, well, they've been picked. That's the script. The script's been written.
Twitter might break.
Yeah.
I loved Bad Bunny in Happy Gilmore too. Yeah. All aboard. I thought he was one of the finer performers there. While we're talking about Travis Kelce, I think Bad Bunny's acting chops.
What do you think about Travis?
Wasn't the best celebrity acting I've ever seen. I wouldn't say he's the next John Cena. Kind of making the transition from the sports entertainment world to the silver screen, as they call it. Not the best, Travis Kelce. I thought Xander Schauffele, some of the golfers, had some moments.
I think Happy Gilmore 2 got too much heat. It was for people like me and Laurie, old men who just
past
their
prime.
Past our prime. It hurts when we lay down.
Cameos
we
and
play
call-outs.
vinyl.
Cameos, we play vinyl. One of us plays vinyl. Cameos and call-outs.
Yeah. We're going to move to the hot mics.
Yes.
And I'm interested in this because we're making this earlier in the show. It's really important to Laurie and I. So hit us up at ESPN Loz. Jimmy Smith there on any of the social pipes. We want to hear from you because we want your involvement in this show.
DMs are as open as Romeo Dubs.
Yeah, very open. So I think we had. Do you want me to play them?
Yeah, roll them off. All right,
so we got some. This one's first. Let me have a look here. There's somewhere in my phone.
This one is regarding a certain NFL team that based in LA that suffered another big injury at a key position.
Let's see what these thoughts are.
Right. The King Content hot take for this week is that Los Angeles Chargers will make a Super Bowl within 2 years.
Strong.
So
the King's back. He's got thoughts.
King's back. He's off his Saints.
Yes, he's off the Saints. He's pumped up because Europe won the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, I hate that. You can hear that accent.
You could hear it coming through. I hate saying things like Chargers going to charge, but it certainly came out of my mouth today because Joe Alt going down with I think they think high ankle sprain.
Yeah.
You've already lost Rashawn Slater, who was your starting left tackle. We saw the offense and just the football operation in general capitulate against a Giants team that had no excuse to be winning that game against what we'd seen from the Chargers through 3 weeks. But Joe Alt will be back. Rashawn Slater will be back. The defensive turnaround has been great. Justin Herbert, I don't think this week is what we'll see going forward. I think it's going to be more of the first 3 weeks. I think he will put himself back in the MVP consideration. We'll make a Super Bowl within 2 years. I love it because what do we just talk about, right? The Ravens have got serious issues to sort out.
Yeah.
Chiefs have turned some things around.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and the Bengals, I mean, we're going to wait for this.
Free Jameis.
We eventually going to wait for this team to get healthy and get a plan together. Yeah. So you're talking the king there right now, or the presumed king there right now, and he hasn't made a Super Bowl, is Josh Allen. But I think it's absolutely. I think you are seeing a huge question marks about some franchises that haven't had big question marks about them. Yeah. So why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, you mentioned it there. The offensive line was a mess. I saw one of the stats was like, he was getting the ball away the quickest he ever had in his career because he had to, right?
Yeah.
Because he was just getting absolutely smashed. So I don't think you can read too much into those interceptions. I text you and wrote Control Alt Delete.
Yeah,
this game,
it's good gear.
That's
the one part. That's the one part that the Giants do not have a lot of strengths.
Yeah,
and they're throwing you getting the first extended look at Jackson Dart, which is always hard for a defense because when you get a running quarterback in for his first game, you don't have tape on it. So it's hard to prepare. It's hard to get a feel for his timing, how he does things. But one area that the Giants do have a clear strength is the defensive line, the pass rush. They've invested tons of talent. They're big, sexy Dexy.
Sexy
the
big
man interception.
I was like, go! I
man.
just wanted him to take that in. There's nothing better than a big man running a ball in.
It's just
that gets me up in the morning.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It gets the blood going.
Sexy Dexy. I was cheering him home. I mean, even he's a giant, but it's something about a big man moving.
You've got so many reasons to love him. Sexy Dexy, he's a player that gives us beautiful, beautiful celebration dances. He's so proud of his body.
I know.
He's a very body positive individual, body positive big man. To pull off that type of move, but with the talent they have up there, that's not the point being, that's not the area you want to be weak against the Giants, because that's where they can disrupt things and cause a big upset that sees a team that we were talking about as Super Bowl contenders lose to a team that we were talking about as a top 5 pick.
Well, talking about that game, I think I mentioned at the top as well. I said don't put Jackson Dart in. Or to be fair, I think I said maybe next week against New Orleans. I think they're playing New Orleans next week.
The New York
Giants.
Next
but look,
up.
I mean, I was wrong. I think they definitely
they have the
helped.
New Orleans Saints.
Yeah,
correct.
But I think they definitely got helped by some injuries there for the Chargers. The defense played well. I mean, Dart, what do you have? 13 to 20 passes, 111 yards, touchdown. He added 54 yards. I do want to shout out to Cara Dart, his mum. I saw a lot of coverage in the telecast.
She certainly,
A lot of people don't know this, but NFL Afters, it's your mum's favorite podcast.
It is.
It is. And no one knows that more than Krugs behind the scenes. So shout out to Krugs and Krugs' mum. One of the things, though, I did want to say was I always see other things when I'm watching games, right? And you know the meme of it's Thanos and Gamora from the Avengers, which is on Disney Plus.
Certainly is.
And he's talking to her and he's like, and she's like, what did it cost? And he's like, everything. It's like, Jackson Dart was good. What did it cost? Malik Neighbors. Yeah. So is it confirmed that it's an ACL? Is he gone for the season?
That was the reporting. They'll do the MRI. It'll usually be overnight, and then we'll probably get the Schefter news in the next. By the time this pod, you're very far from that.
Schefter is the American loss.
Very far from that.
But it looks. I think it's pretty much confirmed. Because they were doing the ACL test,
and the ACL test is annoyingly quick
and clear
and damning.
Yeah. Which is just awful.
But I believe we had a hot mic entry off the back of the Malik Neighbors use.
We did, yeah. And speaking of Neighbors,
I have Malik Neighbors in fantasy, and it looks like he's out for the season. Any thoughts on who I should pick up to replace him?
That sounds like a very depressed Neighbors or Giants fan. Hey, fellas.
It sounds like a Giants fan who also invested in Neighbors in fantasy.
Yeah, both of them.
Which is always risky.
Because now, even if Dart's good, who are you throwing to?
It's just
you're not looking for a giant on the waiver wire.
That's the thing. So to the question, right?
Yeah,
There's not going to be This isn't a CD Lamb goes down, try and go get George Pickens.
Yeah,
and see him blow up in that spot. But I think you go and you try and buy low. You buy low on someone that has name brand recognition.
Yeah,
or emerging name brand recognition.
Is there anyone out there for you?
I would see if you could get a decent price on. I'd look at maybe one of the Colts receivers.
Yep.
Just again, it's not going to replicate, but you need starters. Whether it's Pittman, Alec Pierce missed this game, but he's gone to a different level this season. So that's someone you'd look at. I mean, is the Garrett Wilson? I mean, Garrett Wilson hasn't been terrible or anything.
Yeah.
But is the Garrett Wilson owner frustrated?
Fields is back as well, so he might see some.
He's yardage wise, it's been fine, right? He started 95 and a touch, 50, 84 and a touch, but they might be feeling a little shaky under footing.
Yeah.
With Garrett Wilson, I think you have no choice in this spot, but to buy low. I would maybe the guy who is holding on to Rashee Rice is going to struggle to fill that, and you go, right, I'll just take 3 weeks of pain while he, still comes back.
Yep.
Maybe that's what I look for.
Chris Godwin Jr. Came back today.
Mm-hmm.
And the last, I'll get your thoughts on him if you think he's any, because I've seen him in a lot of leagues, but the last hot mic is to do with our Tampa Bay Bucks.
I think after today, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to win the Super Bowl.
Just after today? After a loss?
After a loss as well.
Their first
I
loss
thought that
of the
was
season.
Interesting, yeah.
So he just thinks they can hang.
Yeah.
That's got to be the takeaway, right?
Yeah. They
That-
can hang.
that
I
they
think
were
they're getting some
asleep,
players back.
That
Yeah.
they struggled early and they really caught on late and
Yeah.
scared the Super Bowl
Scared, yeah.
champions. And yeah, Mike Evans to come back. Offensive line help on the way. He can fix the
Thoughts?
temp. I think they can absolutely make a run at the NFC Championship. And once you're there, he said win the Super Bowl or make the Super Bowl?
Make the Super Bowl.
Make the Super Bowl. Once you get to the title game, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I think a couple of things that go in their favor, right? I know they lost to the Eagles today, but as you know, they've caused the Eagles some drama in the past. Todd Bowles can cook up something to disturb Jalen Hurts on his best days.
Yeah.
And I think, you're not overly convinced by the rest of the NFC, right? The
Yeah.
Detroit Lions have found form, but they had a really rough, early contest against the Green Bay Packers. The Packers started with Super Bowl statement and then have wallowed in the last 2 weeks to a 0-1 record. That's fun to say. So I think the NFC isn't settled at all.
Yeah.
Right. I think in the West, you've got the Seahawks you've got the 49ers losing to the Jaguars today. And you got the Rams who did kind of show the class of their high-end talent against the Indianapolis Colts. We'll get to that a little bit later.
Look,
but I think they can make it.
I will say this as well, because I did go heavy on the Eagles when we were talking about that game earlier. And we're about to go through all the other games that we have missed with some quick hits, aka the other games. But where's here's a stat for you, Bucks fans. So don't say I don't care about your team. Chase McLaughlin hits the longest outdoor field goal in NFL history.
65 yards,
65
was it?
yards.
Yeah, absolutely drilled it too.
Yeah, and it wasn't going down.
Yeah,
he could have got further as well.
Tom Brady was really fired
it's
up about that
in
in the
game. I remember when 10 yards would have been.
He was fired up in the booth. I believe he referred to it as Bryson DeChambeau-esque.
Yeah.
Clearly, he was hoping certain results were going to go the way of the USA.
All right, let's go through. Who you got?
Well, that has been the Macca's Hot Mic, but it's time to switch it on over to our quick hits.
Yeah, quick hits.
The other guys.
The other games. We're going to cover your team will get mentioned.
We will get there.
At some point.
It's your mum's favourite show, but it's also the people's show. All right. So, first up, you
panically scroll through your laptop.
As I let's peel back the curtain here, as the rundown has 100% left my computer. Commanders Falcons, and then Falcons off the bat. Look, this was with the Commanders and the Falcons. This was all about. I don't need the rundown for this. This was all about the Falcons taking opportunity against a defense that hasn't been overwhelming this season, and find some rhythm. And if this was not the greatest hits. I think Falcons fans would love this to be the greatest hits because that would establish the idea that these guys had been consistent over recent years. But these were the biggest hits that they wanted to hear. Drake London, massive game. Yep. Kyle Pitts, massive game. Bijan doing what he does. And Michael Penix Jr. not looking like the terrified, frightened pocket squirrel.
I don't want to blame anyone, but I blame you because we had a conversation last week. You and I had him in a few leagues, so I just dropped him cold.
Me too. We did this. Falcons fans, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
If me and Jimmy simultaneously drop a quarterback from our fantasy lineups, that guy's going off.
He's on a heater.
He's going to have a
huge
huge
game. I
game.
dropped Penix in like 3 of my 12 leagues for all of them for Darnold, Sammy Darnold.
Penix
went off. He had 313 yards.
12 yards, an average of 12 yards an attempt, whereas what was it last week? Like 4.
Yeah. Was he better or was the Commanders deep? Like what?
Yeah, look, it's not.
I mean,
great.
Also you're figuring out. I know he's early in his career.
But
is it just one of those bounce back games?
It was just watching him layer throws, throw with touch, go through some reads and get to different options.
Kyle Pitts looked good as well.
Placement, Kyle Pitts looked good. Like just
fantasy stud.
This is what it was supposed to look like. And just as much as I can say last week that what was so scary is that the issues that Penix were having were the ones that people were scared about coming into the draft. So it's kind of confirming your worries.
Yeah. This
is the opposite of that. These are the names that on paper look like, hey, this should be explosive. And then they do that.
Yeah.
Everyone has a big day. Bijan over 100 yards receiving, let alone the 75 he had on the ground. Drake London goes for $110 and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, still weird seeing Kyle Pitts Sr., but he, 70 and a touch. This is positive. So that's my takeaway from the Falcons game is this was much needed because it was looking scary. And that division is still sorting itself out. They get some help with the Buccaneers losing in division. So they're not seeing the Buccaneers scream array with that one as they get back to 500. Second game was the Detroit Lions and Cleveland Browns. This is just, for me, this is a separator. We touched on the fact that they're likely in a NFC North race with the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers lose to this same Cleveland Browns team. Meanwhile, We see a Lions team do not mess around with their food. Put this thing away. We see, early on, Jameer Gibbs. It's funny. You're looking at the box score early on, and the David Montgomery Crowers of last week starting to have their panic moments. But Amon-Ra St. Brown looks unguardable in the red zone with what they're cooking up there.
Before we get the Browns, I want to show this on Ra St. Brown. You've heard of ASMR?
I have.
Have you heard of ASM Ra?
No.
Have you seen it? You know he has a podcast.
I'm aware he has a podcast with his brother, Equanius, I believe. Yeah.
And here's this. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this is literally him doing ASMR. Look at this. I'm not playing the whole thing.
ASMR. Here are several triggers to add value to your relaxation time.
I'm going to close my eyes. Is this meant to be triggering?
Let's relax you, apparently.
This
like
is triggering.
relaxing.
Let's build our perfect pizza. We'll start with the black olives. I love pepperoni, so I gotta get the pepperoni.
It's just it goes for 2 minutes.
The only bit of that didn't highly disturb and confuse me was what looked like his pizza selections were good. Solid mushroom, olives, pepperoni, cheese. Like, that's good. That's good areas.
Pineapple?
No.
Doesn't belong to pizzas. Thank you.
No, it doesn't.
It's not
It
hard,
doesn't.
is it?
No, it's not.
I've ended friendships over
it.
Grow up.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I have some pretty strong thoughts about sweet food choices that need to make their way out of your life by the time you're 12. Pineapple is one of them.
Yeah.
My other big one, sweet chili sauce is for children.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You shouldn't be an adult having
What's that
sweet
going
chili
on?
sauce.
Kids have it because it's kind of like sweet and like it makes a chicken yummy.
There's no chili in it.
No, it's not.
So sweet chili sauce, no. Past the age of 12, no pineapple on pizzas.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and an Eagles fan, a Cowboys fan, just getting along.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly hit on the Browns as well.
Yeah.
Because I bow down to your knowledge of this beautiful game that we both love, the NFL.
Dangerous.
But can you briefly, really quickly, tell me what's going on? Like, why are they playing Flacco? Like, I don't understand. He's had 2 touchdowns passes, 6 interceptions, 4 games, sacked 9 times. Like, you got 2 other blokes though sitting on the pine. Like,
are you waiting to just get past the Detroit Lions? Like,
is that?
But you have to get a look at these guys.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You got 2 of them as well. It's not like you have got one on the bench. Like, if you go back to New York, I mean, I know they got 3, but we know what Jameis is. You've got 2 guys who are untested, right?
100%.
So why don't you at least test one of them to see, like, how long are you going to play this, Flacco, the ghost of...
They need to come up with a change now. The good thing is that I think you get one more week of it because I think the Vikings can throw some weird stuff at you, particularly for a young quarterback. Yeah. I think they go through this next Vikings game. But then you talk about unconvincing defenses after that. You've got the Steelers.
Yeah.
You've got the Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Ravens, Raiders, 49ers, Titans.
Yeah.
The Bears, like, the next good defense they play is the Buffalo Bills in 3 days before Christmas. Yeah. So maybe you just get through this game because after that, from a defensive standpoint, that looks pretty cushy and you can get a good look. But it's got to end then. You got to get a look at these guys, whether it's Gabriel, whether it's Shador, and whether, most importantly, it's neither.
Yeah,
you need to know because you're going to be in position to make a move.
Mistakes.
We'll do.
We all make mistakes.
But yeah, that's got to be it. I think one more week of this, you get to that sweet run of easy. Well, I shouldn't say easy, but soft defensive schedule.
Sweet yams. Panthers 13, Patriots 42. me, yeah. Stephon Diggs is back, baby. I think the Cardi B relationship and baby has reinvigorated my boy. 101 yards. Shout out to Diggsy.
You have a clear desire that I do not get out of the office early. I was like, this will be a positive Drake May take.
Also, shout out Drake May. He hit the Superman.
He did.
He hit the Superman on the Panthers.
Yeah.
I don't really have much else for this game. I thought the Panthers bad. Drake May, we're both big fans of his. I thought he played well. I don't think the Panthers are great.
No, the Panthers.
That's why I did the WAP lyrics.
Yeah.
Unless you got anything, I can move to Titans and Texans.
No, look, Drake May.
Because speaking of us,
anytime. Speaking of us, we will get to that.
You should give me these 2 games.
But look, New England Patriots. Like, anytime you put up 42 points and the quarterback throws 17 times, you know that it's gone pretty sideways for the opposition. I think we got anti-Dalton action in that one. That's
Yeah.
probably the big takeaway. That tells
Yeah.
you exactly how it went for the Panthers. And
Starts next game or no?
no, they persist with Bryce Young,
Bryce Young.
but it's just such a narrow group of talent that you could possibly get excited about with the Panthers. So yeah, I think less said about this game, the better.
Well, another game, less said the better. Titans nothing, nor donuts. Texans 26. I got a quote here. Let me play the audio.
Yeah,
from Cam Ward.
Yes, first overall pick in the draft.
Post game.
I mean, we keeping the buck right now. We ass.
Yeah.
Ass.
But it's Bad Bunny when you got Jimmy.
Yeah.
Put me in.
Ultimately, yeah, they are.
If you missed it, if we keeping it a buck, we ass.
Yeah, they are. And we've had some fired up Titans calls from our audience, from our listeners so far this season already. And they made it real crystal clear that they think Callahan needs to be the first coach fired. And it's getting late real early for the Callahan operation in Tennessee. Yeah. So we talk about, like, you get to this point late on a Monday as you're going to bed Aussie time, and you start to get some of the follow-up, injury confirmations or certain things that may have eventuated from the game day. It would not surprise me if before you and me say night this evening, we get the chef to buzz that the Titans are leaving.
American Laurie.
Such a bad bit.
What do you got? You got Bears? Bears Raiders?
Bears Raiders. It's just, look, for Bears fans that have had some awful late game scenarios in recent years, think to Tyreek Stevenson having chat with the crowd while Jaden Daniels was sending the Hail Mary. Hey guys. To see them actually execute an end of game or late game drive to go ahead, where Caleb Williams did a bit with his arms and a bit with his legs. And then for them to be on the right side of a blocked field goal attempt. Like, blocked field goal attempts are running rampant in the NFL right now. But for them to be on the right side of that, I'm just happy for Bears fans. Ashton Genty looked absolutely sensational.
Literally.
It's amazing. Like, he had the breakaway touchdown around 60-odd yards.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like it was this clean open alley that was created for him. No. It was like a half crease. Yeah. And he did what Ashton Genty did at Boise State. Right. He broke through arm tackles, he broke through attempted tackles, and he took that thing to the house. So there's positives to take away from there. But, please try and they got also the Raiders got more beat up on the offensive line.
Gino threw 3 interceptions. I don't even know. They nearly had a chance to win it there at the end as well. Like, how are they still in this game?
Because,
like, it's nice for Bears fans, but, like, I just feel like they shouldn't have. The Raiders shouldn't have even been that close.
No, to turn the ball.
Gino's killing Brock Bowers. I mean, I don't know this about fantasy, but
yeah, Brock Bowers and his owners out there. We feel you. We see you. We know it was a draft pick you're excited about. We know you're excited because Geno Smith was an upgrade at whatever they're rolling out at quarterback. But 3 turnovers, they were still in position to be in that game. But my takeaway from this is just having seen a couple of the Bears fans going through it during this one, the fact that they were able to come away and pluck that was.
Also, I think I skipped past your Jags, your 49ers, your Colts, and your Rams, but I could do Vikings Steelers just quickly because
go for it.
Yeah, nothing really. Game over in Dublin. Shout out to Ireland for getting their first NFL game.
Carson Wentz in this one.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to Carson Wentz.
Yeah. Jordan Addison back on the field.
Yep.
A couple of big grabs. He will make things more interesting when JJ McCarthy's back.
Are we surprised Steelers 3-1?
Are we surprised that they're 3-1 a little? Are we surprised at the fact that they're 3-1 and it's been uninspiring? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not surprised about that. That is absolutely what that is down to recipe. Yeah. Look, some of the other games
when they did that tush push and Rodgers is there like a Jedi. It's like he's trying to.
I mean, they won this game narrowly. We're talking 1-score games, and there was a out and out fumble in scoring position from Aaron Rodgers. It didn't just go to his team, and like he got hit, rocked, ball comes loose. It bounced up into the lap, like AFL Grand Finals on the weekend, like a perfectly bounced Sherrod, just straight back into the chest. There you go. That's the exact footage of what right into one of his teammates. Like, there's a little bit of being kissed and blessed on that one for Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Not huge takeaways. Well, we are talking about veteran quarterbacks. You mentioned the Colts taking on
Danny
L.
Dimes.
Danny Dimes turning back into Danny Wounded Ducks with a couple of turnovers in this one, but I think we saw the class difference here, right? Late in that one, Matthew Stafford in position to drive down and took all of a couple of seconds to find Tutu Atwell for a breakaway screaming touchdown on the left side of this thing. And then, again, you turn to the Colts and their chance to respond. We talked about how the Rams are going to be in a position to keep this one a little close, have the Colts playing from behind at times.
You said that, their defense.
They're not going to be in a position to just run happy play action 97% of snaps. They're going to get them out of their comfort zone. How does Daniel Jones respond? And given the opportunity to respond, it was turnovers early and a turnover late to seal this one. So I think, again, no one is talking about the Rams in a sexy way.
No, but they could easily, like I said, we got lucky. They could easily be 4-0.
Absolutely.
They could be one of those two teams. Because obviously if they beat the Eagles, we dropped 3-1 and it would have been them, in the Bills. And geez, this Puka fella. This Puka fella could be anything, Laurie. Like if he
have you heard of him?
If he was a rugby league player, what rugby league player would he be? There's a fun question.
Puka Nacua was a rugby league player. Is the answer to all about if he's a rugby league? It should just always be Gordon Tallis. Just it's the only answer allowed.
I chat GPT. Didn't I chat GPT into a Dragons jersey?
Oh, who was it?
In our group chat.
It wasn't Cam Scatterbo, was it?
I don't remember.
It was Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes, it was. I made Aiden Hutchinson a 90s NRL Gordon Tallis at the Dragons.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough of that.
Look, even without a monster breakaway touchdown from Tutu Atwell, he still had 300 yards on the day, and a couple of touchdowns, and keeping it clean with no turnovers. They got one of the more efficient days out of Kyron Williams, and Puka Nacua is an absolute.
Jaguares, the 49ers.
How about some spice from Liam Cohen?
I completely missed it. You had to send it to me, which I've watched and seen now, which I love.
Bobby Saleh now back on the 49ers coaching staff. They clearly made some comments about, where Cohen may get his plays from, whether there's some 5-finger discount going on from Liam Cohen and some of the things that he adds to the playbook. And after this one, with the Jaguars, you talk about other teams where it's unsexy. The Jaguars not getting a whole lot of attention. But just quietly, the Jaguars are 3-1, which I think if you walked around and asked the average NFL fan without looking, what's the record of the Jaguars now, I think you're getting a lot of 1 and 3s, maybe some 2 and 2s. We love a little spicy handshake at the end of this one, and this is what we got. You have to listen closely because it is recorded from on field. This is what we got from Jags head coach Liam Cohen in the direction, whilst being held back. Hold me back, bro.
Yeah, hold me back. That's
from Bobby Saleh, who I don't think I'll be taking on Mr. Saleh anytime soon. That dude is jacked. Keep my name out of your mouth. Will Smith areas.
Yeah.
Keep my name.
Keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
Real tone switch.
It's weird. Our guy out the back here, Krugs, actually slapped me earlier and he said, keep my mum's name out of your mouth, Jimmy. Which is really interesting. I won't tell you any more.
The you and the Krugs rivalry is something that we need to watch. As certain rivalries may fade from existence, like the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers playing hard-nosed football, new rivalries rise. But hey, Liam Cohen, what a little, I'm not going to say code switch, but a tone switch from Duval to
Duval.
Duval. You can watch Toy Story at any time on Disney Plus.
I have to go. I watch Disney Plus and I go, all right, what impressions can I do? Because it always has to. No, I'm kidding. just I got on my wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's
Duval, keep your name out my mouth. That would have been better.
I think that's the main takeaway from the Jaguars.
Keep your name out of my mouth.
Also, did you know the 49ers receivers get injured? Because Ricky Pearsall was in this game, which hurt a lot of people out there. He's been phenomenal so far this season, but Ricky Pearsall with a banged up knee in this one tried to go a couple of times, but couldn't really get himself. No.
All right. The Seahawks Cardinals.
Look, it was a few days ago.
Yeah.
But the Seahawks, of course, corrected from week one where they let a division game against an undermanned rival get away from them. They moved to 3-1. Sam Darnold, the cleaner of the operators in this. I think a couple of weeks ago, said Kenny Walker, his starting job was going to be Zach Charbonnet soon enough.
Yeah.
And Walker's responded with a couple of pretty solid outings since then. But with Jackson Smith and Jigba, that's how we say it.
Yeah.
Continues
JSN
continues his trajectory. Some big play moments down the stretch. It's a long time ago. We know you guys aren't coming for Thursday Night Football recaps on a Monday evening, but nonetheless, Seahawks deserve merit in an NFC West that is still finding itself.
Yeah, I think
they've traveled to Southeast Asia to figure out who they are in this stage of life. The Seahawks are
eat, pray, love.
Go Hawks.
Less we said there, but I think Cardinals is just a bit of a mess there on the offense as well. Don't really know what's happening. But let's move on to your We've Got History.
Oh, we do have history.
Yeah, we do have history.
Broad-
We're at 48 minutes, 49 minutes, so we're doing.
We're trending.
Yeah.
Right trajectory. And that's
Maybe I don't need a blitz at the end. It's Jimmy's quarterback, Neil.
Oh. All right, we've got history brought to you by our friends at StatMate. Look, there are a couple of insightful ones last week where we talked about James Cook and whether he was going to keep on rolling, and rolling he did.
He did. He's cooking.
All right, 3 off the top here, and we're going to decide which ones we're all in on and which one feels 2 truths, maybe one little
lie.
Maybe one little lie. All right, Devontae Adams. We talked a little bit about Puka Nacua before, but Devontae Adams' streak of 50 or more receiving yards at SoFi is alive and well after that game against the Colts. He's now formed for at the stadium, looking to make it a Michelle Pfeiffer against the 49ers this week. Number 2. I tell you what, I'm going to give some away. This one I like a lot. I like it a lot. This one I like a lot.
It's me.
Nico Collins loves
this one
going up against the Baltimore Ravens. That's when they were a good defense. In the last 4 meetings, he's had 80 yards, 68 yards, 59 receiving yards across that stretch. This Ravens defense is bad. He's going to continue dominating, right? Jimmy?
Yes.
Okay, and last one. Broncos versus your Philadelphia Eagles. A rare rushing score week for Jalen Hurts. We do know whether it's tush push or just using his legs.
Tush remained unpushed.
This week it certainly did. No push on the tush this week for a touchdown. However, back at the link. 8 of his last 9 games at the link, he's gone in for a rushing score. Surely that continues up against the Broncos. We'll see them on Monday Night Football. We've got 2 Monday Night Football games this week. And then backing up against the Super Bowl champions a week later. 2 truths and a lie. Which one are you not buying into as we look at some recent history here?
Well, I think I've just got to go because, again, like we say 2 truths and a lie, but it could be a white lie as well. So there's a bit of truth in it, right? But we're not telling anyone. I'm going to go process elimination. Yep. I think the easiest one there is Nico Collins. I think that's definitely going to happen. Yep. As you said, we've covered it earlier. Ravens have no D.
Nope.
Going to my birds, I think, especially with Patrick Certain, the second. Roll Tide. Shout out to Bama too. I didn't even mention it. We just bloody killed George anyway. It's not a college podcast.
Close. We made it 50 minutes.
52, 51 minutes. I see them pushing the tush more than often, leaning on that run game against the Broncos. So I can see him getting one there, especially at the link. So that leaves Devontae.
I think it's a fair one to buck against because, again, look, there's been some moments where this Broncos defense looked like the Broncos defense we expected. There's been some others where they've been a little leakier, but out of all the oppositions there, in a big matchup, it's going to get a lot of attention. Eagles, Broncos, 2 playoff, one Super Bowl champion, and another team certainly with playoff and divisional aspirations need to kind of sort themselves out. They've got an interesting meeting against. Broncos are up against the Jake Browning-led Cincinnati Bengals Monday Night Football time.
Tomorrow.
So, fantasy relevant games.
You're a big Justin Fields fan.
I'm a big Justin Fields. He is one of my
best
guys.
quarterback out there tomorrow.
The Jake Browning, 2025 version of Bo Nix, Justin Fields, and Tua. I think I might take Fields. I think I might take not the field. I'll take Fields.
And I'll take the Fields. All right, it's time for my Blitz. We're at around 52, 53, so we're good. Woo! We're going to try and get out here before the hour.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Jimmy's Blitz. This is 10 questions, multiple choice. Oof. Laurie, question number 1 is who threw for the most yards in week 4?
Okay.
Was it A, Sam Darnold? Was it B, Carson Wentz? C, Michael Penix Jr.? Or D, Brock Purdy?
Give me Carson Wentz.
It is Carson Wentz, yes, sir. 350 yards.
Yeah, helps when Jefferson and Addison go off.
Yeah. Question number 2, who rushed for the most yards in week 4? Was it Bijan Robinson? Was it James Cook? He's cooking.
Possibly.
Is it Ashton Genty standing up? Or is it Travis Etienne Jr.?
I think this is between Cook and Ashton Genty. Cook had, I think, 116.
Cook had 117.
Oh,
so yeah, pretty
really
close.
Annoying.
Yeah.
But I know that Genty had a big breakaway touchdown, which gets you more than half the way there. Give me Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty with 138 yards.
There we go.
Yeah, well done. Question number 3. What team is currently 3-1 after week 4? Is it the Eagles?
Nope.
Sure. What are they again?
They're 4-0.
Okay, thanks. Is it the Lions? Is it the Patriots? Or is it them Cowboys?
No, it is the Detroit Lions.
It is the Detroit Lions, correct. And the Cowboys are 1-2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Every
A question
step.
4. Who had the most fantasy points this week?
Mm.
From these 4 options, is it Bucky Irving? Is it Woody Marks? Is it Omarion Hampton? Or is it Drake London?
Drake London had a good day.
You mentioned all these. Well, actually, you mentioned everyone other than Woody Marks throughout the podcast.
Woody Marks certainly looking like the most enjoyable running back.
They all
in
had
that
some
backfield.
big games.
I think. Who was the first option again?
Bucky?
Bucky Irving had a
Woody.
big long touchdown too. I want to say Omarion Hampton.
Say Omarion Hampton had 27.5. Someone had 27.9.
Who was it?
And that's Woody Marks.
Oh, Woody.
Yeah, Woody. Woody had 69 rushing yards with 1 touchdown and 50 receiving yards with 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Drake London. He had 25 points, and his first 3 games combined this season were 29.
Well,
breakout game.
Turns out targeting a really talented 6'5" receiver is a good idea.
Who would have thought? Yeah. Question number 5. Who had the least fantasy points this week? Was it my boy Lad McConkey? McConkey.
Don't help yourself.
I know. B, Derrick Henry. C, AJ Brown. Or D, Cooper Kupp.
It's got to be hard to go less than AJ Brown. He had 2 receptions for 7 yards.
So AJ Brown had 2.7 points.
Oh, in PPR woke nonsense, sure.
And Lad had 2.1. So it's Lad, unfortunately. You got that one wrong. I sent a picture in the group chat of Lad with no arms. And I said the year I draft him in every league.
Just like it to be known that Lad McConkey, in those of us who participate in non-PPR leagues, had 11 yards, whereas AJ Brown had 7. But go on.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Question number 6. From these 4 players, who has the most receiving yards from these 4 players in the NFL? Is it A, Christian McCaffrey? Is it B, Zay Flowers? Is it C, Malik Neighbors? Unfortunately, obviously, it looks like he's out for the season now. Or D, Amon-Ra St. Brown, our ASM Ra guy.
Oh, I feel like this is a trick question. So give me Christian McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey has 305 yards total. Amon has 307.
I'm not happy with the way the cookie is crumbling this week.
No, there's some doozies in here. All right, who from these 4 players has the most passing yards?
Okay.
Is it Daniel Jones, Justin Herbert, Dak Prescott, or Matthew Stafford?
I think it would be Dak or Matthew Stafford. I think it's Dak.
It's Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
1,119. Question number 8. Players with more catches than Puka Nacua. Which one of these players has more catches than Puka Nacua? Because Puka is leading the NFL in receptions. Is it A, Jake Ferguson, your boy? Is it Jackson Smith Najigba? Is it C, Trey McBride? Or D, Chris Olave?
I don't think it's Chris Olave. You said Jake Ferguson.
Jake Ferguson, JSN, or Trey McBride? Who has more catches than Puka?
I want to say none of them.
Well, actually, it's a trick kind of question there. There is one that has more. So Puka doesn't lead.
Yeah.
There's only one.
There's one.
One that beats Puka.
Trey McBride, Jake Ferguson, JSN, or?
You're looking at JSN?
Who was the last one? JSN?
Trey McBride or Jakey Ferguson? Fully hard.
No, you're going to tell me to go for Jake Ferguson.
Go fully hard.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
It's Jake Ferguson. 27 receptions.
Terribly this week. Gone from 8 out of 10 back-to-back weeks.
I know. I'm not even going to tell you how many you're getting here.
Yeah.
This one is a doozy. Question number 9. In what year did the first forward pass happen in football? Yeah. Was it 1906, 1886, 1916, or 1926?
I feel like 1916 would be tough given the war was going on. Let's go 1926.
It's 1906.
Oh, boy.
The St. Louis University quarterback, Bradbury Robinson.
One of the original disruptors.
Yeah. Forward pass was introduced to make the game safer and reduce the number of serious injuries and deaths that were occurring.
Right.
There's an interesting
cool
thing. The question number 10. In what year did the French Revolution begin? Is it A, 1889, B, 1689, C, 1789, or D, 1989?
It's not 1989. French Revolution.
French Revolution.
1789.
1789! He gets the hardest one.
Yeah. Little history there.
Little history.
Yeah.
No.
French Revolution, was that, I think it was Egalite, Fraternity, Equality, or something like that?
As I said earlier, Gundawini State High.
Yeah.
Not for history.
Yeah, fair call.
What
did I finish up with? I reckon at max 6?
Maybe 5 or 6.
5 or 6
I don't know.
middling areas.
Yeah. It was bad enough to not count.
It was.
Look. You know what? I'll give you the draw.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Hey, you look good in that.
I never thought I was a hacker. This is why I've defaulted to backwards.
Oh, sorry. He's put it backwards, so he's hiding the Cowboys logo. He's so embarrassed.
Look, there's a lot of things I'm embarrassed about. My performance in the quiz today is one of them. My performance in several fantasy leagues another, but I'm not too embarrassed about the Cowboys. There's far more embarrassing things that my world has offered up, my sporting world in particular, over the last little bit. But
that's it, hour, baby.
Hour?
Yeah.
Record time?
Yeah.
That's been week 4 edition of NFL Afters. We've had a lovely time.
We've had fun, guys.
Mildly unhinged.
Very unhinged.
Certain rails were deed.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Deed. We won't be talking about the Ravens. So they don't have a D.
No. Oh, but thank you very much for joining us. As always, our DMs are open for all of your hot mic entries, your voice notes. Send them on in. You can find Jimmy at
Jimmy Smith, the THE.
You can also hear him every weekday morning, except not during school holidays.
We're off at the moment, but if you are in Sydney, 104.1 Today FM.
And you can find me at ESPN Loz, spitting all sorts of football quote knowledge and quote takes. And also, as of recently, some Limp Bizkit related Aaron Glenn New York Jets content.
That's good. I liked it.
Yeah, thank you to the bass player from Limp Bizkit who apparently got around it as well. So there you go. They might not be getting the call up for the Super Bowl halftime show, but they're still getting love in our hearts.
I mean, they could be brought out on stage.
All right. This has been NFL Afters week 4. Same time, same place, same channel. We'll see you next week.